Hey, and welcome to another segment with me, Prague, at Preach with Prague. It is time for me to keep up with my New Year's resolution. If you remember my New Year's resolution, it was to invite you into my life every month, once a month. So it's the month of April. It's time for a new event. This time I'm going to do an easy breezy walk on the Bluebell Trail in Northern Virginia. The Bluebell Trail is especially special in the month of April because the bluebell flowers bloom only during this time. So let's go ahead and check it out. You can see I have started my walk on the Bluebell Trail. You can see the fields of blue behind me. Those are those small little petite bluebell flowers, but when there's so many of them, they make it look like a field of blue. I decided as I'm doing the walk on the Bluebell Trail, I wanted to share my reaction to certain comments and inputs I have received on some of the contents that we post on our channel. I picked 3 for you, and I will share my answer as I am walking on the Bluebell Trail. The first comment was in response to a shout out video. I like to give shout outs to people, empires, civilization, inventions, because it's always nice to remember history. This particular video was an introduction to hashtag collective consciousness. If you remember, hashtag collective consciousness is our memories together, our collective awareness together, memories together, our being group of people, our tribe, our civilization, people living together. So in the video, I remember saying, can you think of an example of collective consciousness? And this person commented saying, yes. How about religions and people's beliefs? Is that part of collective consciousness? And the answer is yes. Yes, religions have been around for thousands of years. So think about all the small little hands and minds and people that work to collectively continue the tradition. And so yes, religions are definitely part of our collective consciousness, regardless of what religion it is. The fact that it's been around, the fact that even if it makes it to the 10-year time period, it is part of our collective consciousness. You can think about collective consciousness like the bluebell flowers. Individually, they're very small, but when you loop them collectively as a whole, they become like a field of bluebells. They become a field of blue. Very similar to collective consciousness. Individually, you have your own practice, but then when you come together, you become part of a civilization, you become part of an empire, you become part of an organization. Now that's just one example. Religion is just one example of a collective consciousness. Collective consciousness can also be happy birthday song. Think about it, no matter what part of the world you are in, if it's somebody's birthday, we usually acknowledge them with a song, and for the most part, the tune is the same. Happy birthday to you. Even if the words may be different, the tune is still the same. So that is definitely part of our collective consciousness. At Preach with Prague, we are generating a collective consciousness to serve as a wellness resource on the internet media platform. We like to show an array of contents to show that wellness is more than physical. It also includes your mental health and your spiritual health. That's a good segue into our second comment, which was to our 10 Commandments for your mind. 10 Commandments for your mind serves as a manual to build a relationship with your mind. And the comment asked, are you separating the mind and the self? And yes, I am separating the mind and the self. The 10 Commandments for your mind suggest that our mind is like a wild horse, and it is up to you as the rider of that horse to build a relationship with that horse. to establish a connection with your horse. When you do build that relationship with your horse, that horse is able to move faster, it's able to jump higher, and that is your horse. And that is what it's like to build a relationship with your mind, to have a connection with your mind. Think about it. Think about the time when you first learned how to brush your teeth correctly, which is up, down, right? Do you still consider the small movements? No, because you've trained your mind to think in that manner. Think about the time you learned how to first ride a bike, or when you first learned how to drive a car. Do you still consider those thoughts? Now, the 10 Commandments for your mind also suggest that our mind is the source of our thoughts. And if you take the time to give your thoughts intentions, then just like the horse analogy, the mind will amplify those thoughts with the speed, with the height that I had shared with you earlier. It will continue to grow those thoughts. So going back to the comment, yes, I am separating the mind from yourself. I am separating your thoughts from your human experience. If your thoughts is constantly saying, no, life sucks, this is tough, then your human experience is going to reflect that. But if your quality of thoughts reflect optimism, hope, yeses, then the quality of your human experience will also show that your life experience will also show yeses and optimism. Now let's transition to our third comment. The third comment was in response to our conversations segment, where the question I asked was, how is motivation part of your life? And the young man answered, I take it one day at a time, because that's what it takes sometimes to conquer the mountains of motivation, is to take it 1 inch at a time, 1 day at a time. And the response or a comment that we received to that video said, honestly, watching the both of you, I don't see a reason to be happy. I don't even see a reason to live. Now consider what I had just talked about, which is our thoughts and how it amplifies. What do you think the quality of thoughts our young friend here, who took the time to comment, must be experiencing? Probably a lot of defeat, probably a lot of anger, hate, the opposite of motivation, right? But this person was or did take the time to go ahead and comment on our channel, on our video. And that is why I wanted to bring it to light, because at Preach with Proc, we also are leading the therapeutic movement by shining a light on the destructive nature within each of us and emphasizing the benefits of empowering the beautiful spirit in us. It's the same spirit that considers you to destroy yourself, that considers you to suck on your own standard. And like the 10 Commandments for your mind says, then the thoughts just continue to amplify. But it's the same spirit. And what can happen also is if you say, hey, you rock. Hey, how about you go ahead and consider yourself a strong one, a wellness warrior, then your thoughts will also amplify on that end. What I'm saying is it's the same spirit. What Preach with Proc is suggesting is it is the same spirit. The same spirit that is considering this person to be unhappy and seeing no reason to live is the same spirit that is giving him the motivation to say, how about you reach out and share a comment? Because who knows how many other people are considering or feeling the same way. Well, my walk on the Bluebell Trail has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed the fields of bluebells. I hope you enjoyed my reaction and my takes to some of the comments left by viewers like you. I hope you have a better understanding now of the movement Preach with Proc hopes to stir. And I hope you consider joining our movement by commenting, by liking, by subscribing, and generating more to this collective consciousness. Thank you. It has been a pleasure sharing the Bluebell Trail with you. This is Prak with Preach with Prak.